Okay, so the sentence I'm about to say is going to sound like a lie, but I assure you it is 100% the truth. So James Charles has officially hired a former federal prosecutor in an attempt to bully and intimidate, hey, the person that I interviewed, Zach, into silence. He has also indicated that he's going to be publicly responding to the allegations very soon, so I thought I could come on here and predict for you guys exactly what James is going to say, because if I can predict it, then I can reveal it for what it really is, which is a well-orchestrated attempt to regain public favorability by shifting the narrative in his favor, as opposed to actually a genuine recounting of what actually happened. So the thing about James Charles is that he's had a lot of experience navigating public scandal. He's had experience responding in a way where he articulates his side of the story with screenshots and receipts in a video called No More Lies. And he also has an experience responding in a more vulnerable way where he took accountability and apologized for his actions. I believe that video was called Holding Myself Accountable. So he's learned how to navigate this properly. He's also learned which one went over well, which we all know No More Lies actually was fairly successful in shifting the narrative in his favor. This is why I do not expect him whatsoever to come out with a full-throated apology video, which he understands because the internet lacks the ability to perceive nuance. It will simply be viewed as a full admission of guilt. So what he's really going to do is he's going to strategically select receipts and screenshots and text messages to paint a timeline for you to influence public perception and introduce doubt as to if the allegations were really true or not. And the timeline is obviously going to focus on the angle of him being an empathetic friend and simply being taken advantage of and manipulated by Evan as well. So first, I believe that James will completely deny having any prior knowledge of the abuse, and he will also flat out deny that the relationship with Evan Johnson was ever sexual. It doesn't need to be fully convincing, it just needs to be enough to introduce doubt in the mind of the audience and continue his image of innocence, which will be portrayed throughout the entire video. Next, I think that James will actually emphasize that Evan was suicidal and that James was simply just trying to help as a friend. I think that he will draw parallels to his own experience being canceled, where his mind went to a very dark place, and that he was simply trying to assist a friend through a life experience that he had also shared. This is obviously an attempt to shift the narrative away from his actions and toward his good intentions, which he's hoping will evoke sympathy and prevent him from having to take accountability. I also think that he will bring up receipts of him messaging Kayla at Coachella, expressing how awful he felt after he had watched her video, checking in to make sure that she's okay. And I believe this is ultimately why he's been blowing up Kayla's phone, purely with the intention of screenshotting it and including it in his manipulative timeline for his response video. I also believe that he's